Hi, it's Catherine with Yoga from the Heart with Catherine. And I'm going to do a practice for myself. And I'm not really sure if I'm going to put this out on YouTube or not, but if I do, I wanted to be ready. So my knee is bothering me. Right knee's real tired. When the weather gets real weird or changes in the weather with the barometric pressure, my right knee gets tight. So I thought I'd do a little bit of some stretches and a little bit of flow just to get some blood flow back into it because it usually makes me feel a lot better. So anyway, this practice is for me, and I've got my bolster, 2 blocks, a strap, and my blanket and some water, and just depending on where I want to go with it is what I might be using it. So you're welcome to join in or just go from there. So the first thing is I'm going to start in breathing in a seated position. And give myself permission to just be. Flow in and out. And allow myself to check in. Recognizing things that are tender. Acknowledging them. And letting them go. A breath in and out. Scanning through my body, allowing things to just connect. And to deepen that breath, do a little bit of a box breath. So let all of them air out. Seal the lips and breathe in through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. So let that breath move in and out. Letting go of anything that no longer serves me. Allowing myself to just be. And bringing the hands high overhead, interlacing them palm to palm, and just bringing them into my heart center. I'm going to do this 2 more times. Nice and easy. Hands come into the heart center, and I'm setting this intention for the day, for this practice. And as I'm ready, the hands come high overhead, releasing them, and letting them drift to the tops of my thighs, rolling the shoulders up and down and back. Start most practices just I lead you, bringing left hand to the top of the right thigh, right hand behind, taking a nice open breath work, and exhale as I look over that right shoulder. Breath in, and out, and in, and out. Back into center, hands up high overhead, moving the wrists as you let the right hand drift to the left thigh and that left hand behind me. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Breath in. Breath out. Not losing height. One more time. And done. Slowly inhale back, hands overhead, finding a little bit of movement. Swaying the arms, swaying through the body. And maybe letting the fingers drift onto the knees, allowing the spine to just float forward and back in a very easy cat-cow sway. Just being mindful, aware, bringing the hands into the lap and finding stillness. Bring myself onto my knees, onto a tabletop, pushing my bolster off, just a little bit off to the side. So it's clear. Hands are on the mat, spread nice and wide. Knees are underneath the hips, not needing the blanket today, maybe later. Knees are a good anchor, the hands are a good anchor. Spreading the thumbs and then tucking the chin in so that my eyes drift down to the mat. Tops of the feet are in the earth, and I'm going to flow into a cow. The big inhale and exhale back into an easy cat. Tucking the chin, rolling the hips in close, spine to the sky. Inhale into cow. And exhale into cat. I'm going to do this 2, maybe 3 more times just to see how the body feels. And just flowing the breath. Just allowing myself permission to be. Big full breaths. Big full exhales. And settling back into tabletop. I'm going to drop my elbows down onto the mat, right into the shoulders, letting my fingers come out in front of me, dropping the chest closer to the mat, bringing my forehead down, finding a little bit of opening in the low back, leaving the left hand, lifting the right hand up, and finding a thread the needle, drawing right shoulder and cheek into the mat. Breaths in and out, opening up, expanding. Next inhale, bring myself back up, lifting that right hand and returning the right elbow to the mat. Lifting the left and sliding that underneath onto the earth with the left shoulder and left side of the head. And that right hand, the right hand just supporting me, but that left hand's out. That breath just moves in and out. And next breath in, pressing into the right hand and lifting the left, drifting it back down onto the mat, maybe pushing my hips back toward the heels, finding a modified child's pose, separating the knees as much as you need. Now again, being mindful, my right knee is very tender today. And then moving back up into that tabletop. And I'm going to step my right foot back, just opening up, pushing the heel back, really opening the back of that right knee, moving forward onto the toes, allowing that leg a little bit of a stretch, extension, pushing the heel back, shifting my weight just a little bit and back forward. And dropping that knee down, maybe floating in a cat-cow or 2. And returning into tabletop, Stepping the left foot back, pushing the heel away. Breath in, and then inhale, nice and big, moving forward, up onto the toes, and exhale, nice and long, back through that leg. Just finding balance, knowing that the right side sometimes hurts, the left side compensates as we move forward. And then back into neutral, dropping back down into the tabletop. This time I'm just going to sway my hips to the left and over to the right and back. Just being mindful. Seeing if it's okay. It seems to be all right. One more time. Okay, and back in. That child's pose, dropping onto the elbows. Maybe seeing if I can go a little deeper this time. Or just taking it where it needs to go. Knees can be closer or further apart. And then bringing the hands back under the knee, under the shoulders and knees, under the hips. I'm going to tuck my toes and find a down dog. All right? Now remember, this is my practice. All right? I'm moving those hands out just a little bit wider than my shoulders. My blocks are up at the top of the mat. I'm going to probably need them here. I'm going to inhale, lift the right foot up. Maybe not bringing it all the way up, just extending it out. And then tucking that right knee in toward my nose, shifting my weight. Inhale, straightening it out. And an exhale as I tuck it. I'm going to do it one more time. Nice and long. And then settling that foot down, shifting and doing the other side, maybe walking that dog. Finding stillness, lifting the left foot, just finding that balance. And inhale, knee into nose. Exhale, nice and long. Inhale, and then exhale, nice and long. Just rocking that lung action as we exhale. Last time. And a big inhale. Straightening it out. Stepping the foot down. Walking my feet out slightly wider. Outer edges of my mat. And just finding some circles. Those hips. And shifting the weight right and to the left. And I've gone both sides equal time. I'm just going to sway it back into neutral. And walk those heels. Maybe press them down a little bit. Finding a little bit of a wider down dog. And stretching. Maybe bending the knees a bit. That feels good too, all right? And then just lifting up onto the toes and walking the feet back into that down dog. All right, then we're going to lift, bring that right foot up high. This time I'm going to step the right foot in between my hands. Widening my hands, widening that right foot. And I'm going to drop down onto the left knee here. I'm going to grab my blocks. Bring the blocks up to the top part of my mat. Just where my hands might be. Okay. Just finding a little bit of a low lunge here. And then moving back into our hurdle. Pushing the hips back toward that heel. Raising the right toe. And in forward. And back. Just letting that breath help navigate my movement. Moving forward one more time. And back. All right. And then this time I'm going to do is bring myself forward. I'm going to grab those blocks. Put them out just toward the top part of my mat. Maybe walk that right foot out just a little bit. Lift up. Just finding a little bit of a modified lizard here. Just lifting. Not quite there yet. Yeah. Okay. And then maybe push back into that hurdle. Seeing if this opens up anything. Move forward. Not needing the blocks, go ahead and move them. And back. And in forward one more time. Bring the hands to the mat, framing that foot. I'm going to tuck the left toes. bring that right foot up behind. Maybe bring it over to the heel and find some half scorpion, rolling the knee and the hip. And then straightening that leg out and settling it down. We're going to go to the other side. Okay, lifting the left and stepping that foot forward in between the hands. Walking it up and out, dropping down onto the right knee. Letting the top of that right foot just kind of extend out. Hands framing the foot. Again, walking that left foot out. Just holding it here. Good for the hip flexors. And then just move back into that hurdle. Right, and just breathing in and out as you move forward. Nice and easy. Back. Again, not rushing anything. Okay. I'm going to come forward onto that knee, and I'm going to once again use those blocks. And just walking that left foot up and out a little bit more. Finding a nice big stretch here. Maybe rocking back. Forward. Back. And forward. Letting the hands drift to the mat. And tucking the right toes. Sliding that left foot up and back. Bringing it into that horse scorpion. Over to that right hip. And just finding movement. Okay. Straightening the left leg up, settling it back down into down dog. Big stretch here, moving the head in between the ears. And then gently walking feet in close together, separating the feet as much as you need. Sliding the hands in between the toes. And I'm just going to go right into a ragdoll. Letting those knees be long, the legs be strong, head being heavy, grabbing opposite elbows, and then maybe just finding a little bit of sway. Okay. Taking any variation of this that you need to. Squeezing the body nice and close. Moving the head. Release. Maybe even interlacing the fingers. Finding a little bit of a shoulder rinse. Oh, that feels good. Yeah. Okay. And then gently letting the hands return down to the earth. I'm going to heel toe my feet in together. And then make my way into a halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. One more halfway lift. And down. And then slowly walking myself out into my down dog. Taking a breath here. Letting it go. Inhale and lift the right foot up. And stepping that foot forward in between the hands. Walking that right foot out. Dropping onto the left knee. Seriously walking that foot up and out. Bringing the hands to the inside of that foot. And holding this pose. Big stretch. This be lizard. Maybe bringing the elbows down. The earth. Big stretch. Just letting nice big deep breaths go in and out. slightly rolling up off the mat, just a little bit, that right leg, compensating for the right knee being tender. Breathing. And gently bringing my hands to the mat. I'm just going to walk myself back into a nice little lunge, a hurdle. And moving forward. Walking the hands up. Walking that foot out. This time, rolling the side of the foot to the mat. Letting that knee open up. Maybe dropping onto my forearms because I can do it today. Letting the forehead come down to the hands. Gently bringing my hands up underneath the shoulders, dropping that foot, and once again just rocking back just a little bit. Maybe not taking this one as deep. Lifting the toes on the right foot. Bring the hands up, tucking the left toes, sliding that right leg up, shaking it out, settling it down. Finding the other side, lifting the left leg up, and stepping that left foot in, up between the hands, and just gently walking it. Just giving myself a nice big stretch. The top of that right foot's on the mat. Okay, and I've walked my hands to the inside of this foot. And I'm just gently going to lift up. A nice big stretch. Maybe dropping onto the forearms. Nice and easy. Letting all that tension go. The breaths are nice and slow. And just roll to the side of my foot out just a little bit. Just to accommodate. Hi, Charlotte. And then I'm going to bring the hands under the shoulders and move back into that little bit of that hurdle position just to stretch out. Alright. Lifting the toes and the left foot just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do some walker steps forward. Maybe walk that left foot out a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to drop the knee at the side of the foot roll. And find a beautiful posture. Beautiful for the hip flexor. Maybe dropping down onto the forearms and elbows. And I called this, it's a lizard dragon combo. And I'm feeling a little bit of this here on my knee and my hips. I'm going to breathe in. And exhale, just soften a little bit. Just holding this, but not holding my breath. And the shoulders soften a bit. And then nice and easy, I'm bringing hands to the mat, dropping that foot. And I push myself back into that hurdle. Again, it's not as deep. More stretch, lifting the toes on that left foot. Yeah, okay. And just Walking my hands around that foot. I'm going to tuck my right toes. Shake out that left leg. Yeah. And bring myself back into my down dog. Drop onto the knees. Cat cow. Maybe some little sways, because that felt pretty good. And then we're going to find ourselves onto the sits bones. We're bringing the feet out to the top of the mat. Go ahead and grab the blocks. Yeah. And bring them up toward your hips. Okay. You have your strap. What I do is bring it around. If I can do this. Run around the soles of your feet. Whoop, excuse me, bunk your face. Okay. And if you have a strap and you want to interlace the buckle into a strap, okay, give yourself a little bit of a loop here, okay? And I'm going to bring mine down just about, I guess, maybe a little bit shorter than I am, okay? I'm going to separate those feet just enough. And straighten them out. And nice and easy, just bring yourself down to your back. And let your hands use that strap to bring the knees over the hips, okay? Feet are kind of straight up from the knees. I'm going to let the elbows come into your side. Start to use your core. Maybe straighten up the legs, into legs up the wall. And just bend the knees and bring the feet back down. Maybe pulling the knees in a little closer to your chest. Keep the tailbone down. Straightening the legs up. Back of the head's on the mat. Gently, knees toward the chest, bending those feet. Glide the feet back up into legs up the wall. Elbows close to the body. Maybe find some circles here. Just massaging that low back. Got the strap to guide you. And then pause and go the other direction. Nice and easy. And bring yourself into stillness. And nice and slowly bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet down to the mat. And kind of let go of the strap or just let it lay on your lap. I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together. Slide those blocks up underneath the thighs, just on the outside edges, and just let your legs, your knees kind of fall apart. A little bit of a supported reclining butterfly. Okay. If you have a couple pillows, those will work too. All right. Maybe bring one hand to your tummy and the other one to your heart. Just gently take your fingers and close the knees together like you're closing the pages of a book. Move the blocks off to the side. Okay. And nice and slowly. And push that strap out of the way too. Okay. Right. And the knees are to the sky. I'm going to bring the knees into the chest and just let your hands drift onto the top of the knees or maybe the back of the thighs. Move side to side. All right. And then gently bring your fingers to that right knee and let the left leg go nice and long. Finding a wind removing pose. Let's squeeze our fingers around the knee and draw that right knee up and around the ribs toward the shoulder. Let the left heel be nice and long. We're squeezing that knee. Just kind of bringing it in close. Opening up some blockage there. I can feel it. Yeah. Maybe moving that knee a little bit. Easy circles for the knee and the hip. Go the other direction. Right. And then we're going to find a supine twist. So keep the left hand on the knee. Bring that right arm out nice to your body, nice and long. And just draw that left side closer to the right knee. You're just going to drop that right knee over. Keep both shoulders on the mat. And then gently bring that right knee back to the right shoulder. Fingers around the knee or the thigh. I'm just going to squeeze it in. Okay. And then open up your arms enough to bring the left knee up. Right. Move side to side. Bring the fingers to that left knee and drop the right leg nice and long. Heel to the mat. Bringing the fingers around that left shin or behind the knee and just draw the knee up and around with the shoulder. Maybe slightly tucking the chin. Okay. Right. And if it feels good to move the knee. And finding some circles with that hip. Going both directions. That's okay. And squeeze it back in. And then bring the right hand to that left knee. Left arm comes out nice and long. And just bring the left knee over to the right side of the body. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. Beautiful supine twist. Everybody's here. Nice easy breaths as we bring that left knee back to the left shoulder. Your back returns to the mat. Squeeze that left knee in. And then bring the right knee into the chest. Moving side to side. Maybe find legs of the wall one more time. And then bending the knees and letting yourself come down into Shavasana. I'm going to put my bolster underneath my knees. Just giving those knees a little bit of cushion. My hands come nice and long down by my hips. Shoulders are heavy. And I'll stay here. Do that scan through the body. See how things feel. Acknowledging my intention I set. And knowing I'm in the perfect place to heal my body and get stronger. I like to stay in Shavasana for 3 to 5 minutes at the end of practice. Those big, heavy breaths move through the body and just slow things down. shoulders and the back of the neck. Big breath in. Big breath out. Bringing my arms up. Capital letter T. Just really taking up space here. Mindfully connecting right here, right now. Knowing I'm doing the very best that I possibly can. Gently move my feet to my hands. And I'm going to roll over my favorite side. Knees come to the chest. Using my hands to press up into a seated position. Crossing my legs. Connecting with the earth. And that breath. Hands come high overhead. And I exhale. Namaste. Means the light in me honors the light in you. And I do. I honor the light, love, beauty, truth, and kindness in you. Because it's in me too. And with these things shared, there is nothing different or distant between us. We are the same. And thankfully one. From my heart to yours. Namaste.